Michelle with Michelle Loves Books. Welcome back to my channel. Today is day 7 of the Final Biannual Bibliothon. Today's challenge is to do a bookish makeup look. For this challenge, I drew inspiration from Shadow and Bone, or really the entire universe. I'm not going to give you a whole rundown of what this book is about, but there are Grisha in this book. Grisha are basically people who, they basically have an affinity for the small science, as they call it in this book. It's basically like superpowers. Many of the Grisha serve in the Second Army. They each have a kefta, which is like a robe of sorts. They are especially crafted by other Grisha, and they're kind of like an armor as well as a uniform. And then they each have specific colors based on the type of Grisha that they are. Even as I started reading this book, I started imagining this project. I wanted to complete the Grisha's uniforms with a dramatic makeup look. Kind of like war paint, I guess. Since they are soldiers, I felt that their makeup should reflect power, determination, and fierceness. Although I'm only doing 2 looks for this video today, I wanted to explain the orders. The first order is the corporalki. This is the order of the living and the dead. You never really hear them referred to as that. I actually grabbed these off of the website, so I'm actually going to read from that. So the corporalki are the highest ranking Grisha and include heartrenders, healers, and tailors. A heartrender can kill or maim without ever laying a finger on the victim. Healers have the ability to heal wounds and injuries, which make them vital to the military effort. Tailors have the ability to change their appearance and the appearance of others, sometimes permanently, if the tailor is talented enough. The second order is the etherilki. These are really difficult to pronounce. They kind of have like, there's actually a whole bunch of different languages in the series based on different parts of the country that they live in. So it's really interesting, but these alone are kind of difficult to learn how to pronounce. So the second order is the etherilki, the order of summoners, and they're usually referred to as summoners. And I don't want to spoil anything for you, so I'm not going to add a couple of uniques that are described in this, but we are going to go for the primary 3. There are the Infirni. They can summon combustible gases like methane or hydrogen from the surrounding atmosphere to create flame, but they still need a flint in order to create a spark. Squallers have the ability to create storms of various size and strength by raising or lowering air pressure. Tide makers have the ability to use temperature and pressure to summon and control water. And the final order is the materialki, the order of fabricators. They are primarily referred to as fabricators. They include the alchemy and duras. Alchemy, which specialize in creating poisons and blasting powders, and duras are able to manipulate solid material like steel, textiles, and glass. And as I was saying before, that the keftas are specifically made for Grisha, it's the fabricators that actually make their uniforms. The first look is for heartrenderers, which are part of the corporalki order. Their kefta have red embroidery on the hems. Heartrender, I actually forgot what color the actual robe itself is. Heartrenders are the most feared even among other Grisha, so I thought that a darker, more sinister look would enhance that. The second look is for squallers. They have blue embroidery on the hems of their kefta. I was specifically inspired by Zoya for this look. She's not really a likable character, she's kind of a bitch. But until much later, and she doesn't ever change that about her character, but much later you understand why. But she is a very beautiful character, and people, especially men, are really drawn to her. Zoya herself is such a force of nature. She's very powerful, and I imagined her look to be more feminine as well as fierce. As for the hair, I just didn't feel like straightening it that day. It was pretty unruly and it wasn't exactly the point of the video anyways, but I decided to throw it together and it actually works. So there you are, those are the 2 looks I created for you today. I really had a lot of fun putting this together. So I really want to get around to creating a look for all of the different types of Grisha, even the uniques. So eventually I will get around to it. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Bye.